And hi everyone! So welcome back to Lunarswordsman Plays Dark Cloud. So, last time we basically, we saved this girl from destruction. Well, actually, we got brought back, and we brought back to life. Well, we actually became a hero and saved her, but we brought her back. We got brought back to life by the Great Fairy King. And well, we're gonna go ahead and go to the Divine Beast Cave, which we got from the mayor of this of Norune Village. And as you noticed, the musicality changed, so it's not the music from the beginning anymore. So they changed it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and go here. So we have to use a big keyhole. Well, you got to use it with square. So here's the cave key. The Divine Beast Cave. And this is B1, so we'll go here. I guess here's the Great Fairy King. It's going to tell us more things. So, it's for real this time, Lunar. From here on, you will be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast Cave and find Dran's lair. That is your first goal. So yeah, Dran is the guardian of this village. So he, we basically gotta find Dran and see what the heck is going on here, especially with the genie destroying all this shit. These things. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon. So yeah, he's gonna basically tell you how this works. So yeah, basically so just to simplify it, I'm not gonna read all of this in his voice, but so the first thing I'm gonna say about this game, it's a dungeon crawler. It's a hack and slash RPG, and it's a dungeon crawler. So in each area, there's a gate key which you find by defeating monsters. So he's gonna explain all this, but so yeah. He's gonna explain that. Yeah, you're gonna need Dran's crest. So that's that crest thing right there, the gate key. So yeah, he's gonna say, oh yeah, this is all stuff. So yeah, you gotta defeat monsters and dungeons and stuff. So, but we'll get into that once we actually get into the actual game. So yeah, and you can use Mind Connect. So he has an ability called Mind Connect. So if you want to leave the dungeon, you can. So he's good. Yeah, so he's just showing them little cute little drawings and stuff. So, it's kind of cute. I like that cheapy little dasher. I don't know. I like that. It's kind of cute. So, but anyways, yeah, I like Chibi Tone too, honestly. Or in this case, Chibi Lunar. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, you can go. It's like he said, like the chief said. The chief. The mayor of Norune Village, as he said, you could always go back to the village, his place, and he'll give you more supplies when you run out. So, anyways, yeah, So this is something that I didn't actually know when I first played this game. So this game is an RPG, but unlike most RPGs where you actually level up by defeating enemies, this is more about building up your weapon. So the weapons get experience. So yeah, they can break in this game. Also, yeah, something to know. Yeah, they can break. So yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, the weapon will be broken, and to repair it, yeah, you have to use a repair powder. So it is a little tedious, but there's something satisfying about it. So it's really cool. So like you can upgrade your weapon when you actually find them in dungeons, and you'll upgrade it to like weapons you won't even know about, and you gotta do certain things, but I'll get into that. So the dagger is just the beginner kind of weapon. It never you can it can break, but you can never lose it. But other weapons can you can lose them. So yeah. And so here's the Atla, as he was saying. So the Atla are. That's what happened last time. He sealed everyone, all the people in this village into Atla and all different attributes and stuff. And you have to find them. So you gotta find them. So yeah. So you have to touch them and And yeah, obviously. Now, Lunar, show me your true ability on this quest. There's gonna be a lot of tutorials. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. It's just there'll be less of it as we go on. So yeah. Anyway, so this is the game. So yeah, you just run around and stuff. So there's a skeleton soldier. So we can fight him. It's a hack and slash. So it's just so fun. I love the way like and I don't know, it's so satisfying. So here's our Atla, our first Atla. And we got Macho. Yeah, he's a villager. So, yeah, so that was skeleton soldiers. They usually have shields. It's gonna be more annoying ass soldiers. Like, yeah, they usually block your attacks, but we're not gonna counter them yet. And yeah, so they're just gotta be very careful. You can guard with R. And you can do a jump attack. So, sometimes the camera angle's a little off. So, but yeah, it's better just usually just the attack. You can just attack. So. And you're kind of forced to use your dagger since it's like the beginning weapon. So yeah. You missed me, Dasher. I love how every enemy has like a unique I don't know, I like the names of the enemies in this game. It's pretty cool. And designs. So we got a magical crystal. So that will tell us what items are in this dungeon. This dungeon, particular dungeon. So you can see everything. So you can see the red little dots are the enemies. The yellow ones are like the treasures. And green is Atla. And yeah, cave bats are really annoying. So you would typically want to just try to wait for them to come to you. Yeah, so yeah, you kind of just want to wait for them. There are other ways you can get like throwing weapons, and you'll get someone really awesome later. So yeah, but I'll get that as a mystery kind of thing. So let's go to this chest. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, bone key. That will open up a door. Actually, that door over here, actually. So, but let's go face this Dasher. What do we get? Ooh, prickly. Okay. That's a item for fishing, but that's not going to be till later. Ooh, stand-up powder. So that's for later on. Yeah, I won't get into that right now. And there's a map. Nice. So it's just a fun little exploration from the like dungeon crawler. It's very simple and like I don't know. I just it is repetitive since there is also that little blue bar below your weapon, the symbol up there, that is your experience. So just keep that in mind. So it's something to keep in mind. So the bone key is for this door, so you can explore more of this place. Gonna go around and another outlaw. Here we go. Claude. Okay, yeah, he's someone. He's kind of funny. He's a funny dude. So, he's a pretty funny dude. But we'll see him later when we actually get into the aspect of actually rebuilding the village and stuff. So, lamp acquired. Good. Okay. Okay, we got stamina, so that'll increase our strength. So we're going to see how much damage we can do with this explorer. It's just 2 hits. So it's useful when you find like little those blue light thingies when you get into those. Sometimes they'll do different things. And, yeah. So they'll do different things. Sometimes you'll repair all your weapon damage, or like sometimes you can get money. And yeah, just different things. We got some money right there. Speaking of which, actually, actually, yeah, it's kind of running low, so we'll actually have to repair pretty soon. No, I want to open that chest. No, there we go. Ooh, wind. Okay. Well, that's for later when we actually get to building our weapons, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Oh, our thirst meter is going down. Oh, another thing actually about this. Oh, actually, speaking of, we got the Dran's Crest, so we can actually leave the dungeon. But we don't want to do that yet. So, yeah, we're getting thirsty. So this game has a thirst meter. which is kind of monotonous, unfortunately. It's the one thing that's kind of like a minor complaint. There is a thirst meter and you have to go back, but what I like about it is that it is realistic. I like how realistic this game is, and actually speaking of it, actually the music's really good in this dungeon. Actually, well, it's not my favorite dungeon music, but I love the atmosphere, like just in every like theme. Oh, actually, the OBS is full for the dagger, so we won't actually. You kind of actually want to upgrade it. So what you want to do is upgrade. You want to still upgrade the dagger, like, and you kind of want to use it because it helps later on for certain things. So let's upgrade it. So it is level 1. So you see how the stats actually upgraded. So you can customize it and give it like wind, but I wouldn't recommend that because not unless you have extras and you have more of them. It is kind of nice, but I wouldn't do it. I would do it when you actually get other weapons. So. We need to repair, so. Yeah, pretty chill dungeon so far. We got Macho's house, and we got Macho earlier, so. Alright, dash defeated. Let's go down here. And here we go, cave back. Alright, gotcha. Oh yeah, sometimes if you get attacked by cave bats, they can poison you, so that's also something that's very annoying about them, so. I always feel like bats are kind of really annoying in just video games in general. I think they're just kind of assholes. I mean, they've always been kind of jerks. Like in every game, Zelda, or like, yeah, just in general, I don't know. Ah, you missed. Got us moving a lot, so we defeated all. We basically cleared this whole floor. We can actually leave, so we got to go all the way back to that yellow on the bottom, the yellow part on the bottom, like a little like it's like a little yellow like square like on the map. So there's like two like how to explain it? It's just on the bottom, okay? Anyways, I'll show you. I'll get there, but we are progressing like very slowly. So we'll get an item later on, which is going to be very useful for Tone. And yeah, sometimes you can find it like if you're lucky in the dungeon. But since we didn't find it, yeah, just have to wait on that. All right, so we can use the Dran's Crest, and we can exit. And that's the first floor. So you can choose to either go to the next floor or leave the dungeon. I would probably, if you're playing for the first time, I would just keep going if you can. If you can actually, if you have enough repair powder or whatever, or you feel like you're like courageous enough to do it, I would just keep going to get more. If you feel like you're good enough, and I think we're okay. You can find more weapons and stuff like items. Oh. Exclamation mark. Oh, it's a kitty! Oh! I wonder if this kitty's imported. Aw, that's adorable. Just ran away, though. Aw. Well, more about that cat later. So. Alright. Tap the Dasher. And there's a reason why it's called the Dasher, because it loves to go fast. It dashes the speed of Sonic speed. Anyways. Yeah, terrible joke I just made there, but whatever. Anyways, let's keep going. So, yeah, we just got a magical crystal, so yeah, we'll just go here. It's here. It's another skeleton soldier, so. The first few floors are pretty easy, so, like, yeah, we actually got Dran's Crest so easily, see how fast we got it. So, yeah, it's pretty easy in the beginning, but it gets a little bit more challenging later. Ooh, a throbbing cherry. So a throbbing cherry is a throwing weapon. It is. Yeah, you don't want to eat it. You don't want to eat it. So you actually want to keep it. So what it does, it slows enemies down when you throw it. When you throw it at enemies, so you can throw things by hitting square. So you gotta equip it. Something like that. Camacho! Alright, another skeleton soldier. Let's go, skeleton soldier. Bread. We got some bread. Yay. We got bread. But anyways, if you feel like you actually are running out of, like, weapon, like you need to repair it, should not worry. Actually, we just found a chest. So, that'll have weapons in it, typically. Unless it's, well, yeah. Yeah, anyways. It can be something random sometimes, so it just depends. Oh, I'm getting thirsty again. We should have some water. Let's drink some water. Tasty water, yay! How refreshing. Very refreshing. Okay, we'll go get the chest. So it's locked. They're always locked. So you can actually open it by guessing the trap. You can do that. Or if you have a chest key, sometimes you can find them in chests. But if you don't, you can actually open a chest. So you can just guess the trap. So I don't know. Sometimes it's random, but I'm gonna try to guess poison. Oh wow! First try. Wow. Sometimes you can get it wrong, and I just got it the first try. Ooh, a gladius. That's a good sword. So you can get like gladius. You can switch your weapon if you want to, and the gladius you can build up. So you see, you can build up the dagger. You can build up the gladius. So this you can equip things. So it's typically you can look at its attributes. It's got holy on it, so it's typically a holy type of weapon. It's good against skeleton soldiers, or just the undead. So it's really good against that. So you can look at, so before like I get into like building weapons, so you can actually look at what you want to build into. So if you actually have enough like points in certain things, so like see the red things right here are what you need to evolve it. So kind of like Pokemon. So you can evolve it by increasing those stats. And you need to give it ice, wind, and thunder. And you need other kind of things. So we don't have those yet. But we do have wind, so we can give it wind. And we don't need holy, so yeah, we could just have wind. And you can change it if you want to. You can change the attribute. So our dagger is actually good. Is actually a wind type of weapon. So yeah. But for now, I'm gonna keep holy. There are like skeleton soldiers. So yeah, odd gaffer. Okay, yeah, we don't have the. Yeah, we'll get to it later when we actually get the other atla that we need. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get that. The bone key. This chest. Ooh, baton! Yay! That's for fishing. Another fishing item. Sorry, a fishing bait. So, yeah, skeleton soldier. See how much damage it will do. See, it basically just destroys them. It wrecks the heck out of them. So if you change your attribute, it really helps, like, a lot. The gladius is just a decent... It's actually a really decent weapon. But, yeah, I always love the shamshir, but we don't have that, so... Shamshir's pretty cool, too. So, yeah. But there's like so many different weapons you can get. Doesn't matter. Okay, I actually don't have to worry about like. I'm getting really lucky actually. I don't know. I've just gotten like some luck here. Oh, see, sometimes you don't have others even no trap. Another gladius. Cool. Pretty nice. All right. So storage. That's for our house. This way. I want to save the throbbing cherry for later because there's gonna be a really annoying enemy. Oh yeah, these guys right here, the Yamich. They're pretty weak, but they can do a lot of damage actually if you're not careful. So, but it's one hit basically. So they're pretty weak for the Gladys. Alright, we'll get some more of these atla. And we got a lamp. But yeah, it's just kind of funny looking back, because when I remember when I first played this, I was like 13 at the time. And my neighbor, like, where I used to live, he had this game. Oh, and his room, actually. That's pretty nice. That's for a house. But he had this game, and I was. It actually came with the PlayStation 2 at the time because it was like a new system. So like it was like a deal. Like you got the PS2 and it came with it, and it was just so like breathtaking for me because I've never seen a game like it, and I just at the time it just I don't know it just made me feel like there's this sense of fantasy and it's so simple like it's just and I never knew like the like that it was like I didn't know much like what an RPG was like I didn't know much about RPGs and so I didn't know a lot of these things like actually like building up our weapons or like well yeah I didn't know how to do that stuff so I just kind of I thought it was like kind of like oh yeah that can happen by the way so sometimes those light things are good and sometimes they're bad so it kind of destroyed our weapon our weapon points hit points so you gotta be careful sometimes but it's okay it's okay it still lives by 7%. It's only lives by 7. We have 7 life left so got a barrel bell and anyways as I was saying so I didn't know much about RPGs but let me switch this it is annoying. It's just like Pokemon hearing that beepy noise when your HP is low. So, anyways, yeah, I didn't know much about RPGs, but like this game was so different and so unique, and like, yeah, I just kind of fell in love with it. But like, I could never play it enough because I didn't own it. So the only time I could play it is if I went over to his place, and. It was always I don't know I always like played it for hours and hours and hours and I could never beat it but that's because I never really knew much of how the game worked or that like you had to upgrade your weapons in certain ways by increasing stats and like and things like that so I just thought it was like I just appreciate it more as a game now so like compared to like when I was younger. I just got thirsty. The good thing we left the cave, but yeah, there's just something. It's just a special like game, and as you'll see, it also has like a town building like element to it too. Like how often do you see an RPG and like? Oh, actually, it's yeah, here he is. He's gonna give us a tutorial about how to build towns. So, haha, seems like you finally came back with some Atla. Very well then, I shall teach you as promised. The pieces sealed inside Atla are released by touching the Atla with your left hand, where the power of Atla resides. Building people that were sucked into the Atla will be restored to the original form. And to bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. So, like, by going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the Earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of Atla. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. So, it's gonna explain how this. So you can actually use select to like move you can actually transport like into different areas. So like it's very convenient. So you can walk around and stuff. So, but yeah, like as I was saying, it's just how often do you see a village building simulator with like an RPG? And I just thought it's a genius idea, and I don't think there's been a game like this ever again. I don't think there's been very many games like this. Like, I think the closest thing I can think of is like, I don't know, like maybe Harvest Moon or like SimCity, maybe. I don't know. There's not very many. So all those Atla things are good for like you can rebuild. You can put it into the places that you want to like. Anyways, he just gave us the book. It's just a manual. You don't really need to read it, but it's a guide. So he thinks he's such a beginner. So read it really, really carefully. Okay, I'll read it very, very carefully. Anyways, yeah. So you can rebuild the town. We're gonna rebuild. We'll go into that like next time. So I think it's been long enough, and yeah, I'll show you next time how to rebuild this town. And obviously we just saw how to do it, but I'll show you how to do it. So in the next one, and yeah, we'll see that, and yeah. So this is Lunar Swordsman. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.